So spice organization is the first decluttering project that I am going to tackle in 2020. Hey you guys, I'm Kristin and welcome to the Gold Project. If you're new here, welcome. We hope you decide to become a part of our community by clicking that red subscribe button below. Also hit that bell notification so you are informed every time I post videos. I post videos at least 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And on this channel, we have a mission to get organized on a budget and with a plan together. So I hope you decide to click that red subscribe button and to become a part of our community and our mission. So a few weeks ago, I shared a video with you, I will link it in the card above, over the 5 areas that we are going to declutter first thing in 2020. The reason I shared this video is because I have a tendency to be all over the place. I want to start 5 decluttering projects at one time. So I told myself, back up. We're going to break this into sections. So we're going to tackle these 5 projects first, and then we can go to another 5, and then another 5, and then another 5. So the first area that we are going to tackle are my spices. So a few years ago, I watched a video on how you can move all of your spices to a drawer. I use this foam board to make these little risers in my drawer, hot glued them together. I thought it was going to be the perfect solution. Here's what happened. My spices accumulated and accumulated and accumulated until I had so many they wouldn't fit in the drawer, and they were starting to move to the pantry. And that would have been okay, but the organization in the drawer was not working anymore. So the containers, some of them wouldn't fit, some of them were odd sizes, and it got to be where I was just sick and tired of dealing with the drawer. So it took me a little bit to come up with a system. Now, I'm not sure if this system is going to work, but here's the thing. You got to try it out. If it doesn't work, try something else. So after some thinking, I have finally decided to try the ball mason jelly jars. Now, here's the thing. I love mason jars. I've used them to organize in several different areas. We have some in the cabinet to use to drink out of. And I noticed, I don't know, when I was walking through Walmart and noticed that they had jelly jars that were, I think, 4 ounces. And then I had this light bulb moment. I'm like, mason jars, that's a great organization system. Those are going to sit flat. I could stack them up if needed. So right now I'm keeping them in a drawer, but let's say I want to move them to the pantry. There is no problem at all stacking the mason jars. They will stack, they can go in bins, they can go in a drawer, and you can change them up to use them for a different spice if needed. So when I realized that I could get a set of 12 for $7, that was a game changer. So I ended up purchasing 3 sets of these containers. So I roughly spent, I'm gonna say, $25 with taxes and all of that. So I started out with 24 and then realized that I needed a few more. So I purchased another set. So I'm going to have extras that I'm going to keep in an extras bin. But overall, this has been amazing. So I cleaned all of the mason jars, lids, bottoms, everything, let them fully dry, and then I came up with a list of the spices that I wanted to use for this project. And then I used my scallop punch, punched out a bunch of scrapbook paper. And here's the thing that I did. I didn't have white scrapbook paper, so what I did was I used the back of scrapbook paper that I wasn't using, so it was a decorative side on the bottom, but white on the back. And then I used my label maker and I made labels for the tops. So it was a scalloped, I think it's a 2-inch scallop punch, my label maker, and I will link everything in the description below. Some of them might be affiliate links, which means if you click a link and make a purchase, I make a small commission off the sale, but it does not affect the price for you at all. So I labeled them, and then I took them to school and laminated them. So after I laminated them, I trimmed out the, I guess you would say, the tag, hot glued it to the lid, and then you're done. I filled the containers with the spices that I wanted to use, and then I put the spices in the drawer. That is it. So the only thing that I had to purchase for this project was the mason jars. And here's the thing about it. If I decide that this is not the best system for me, the mason jars can be used for something else. So that was the thing. With every other system that I've tried, I used something that was specific for spices. So they couldn't be used again. So with this, I feel like I'm using a versatile storage piece. One that can be used in many different ways. So now what we're gonna do right now is I am going to cut to my kitchen, and I am going to share with you my completed spice organization. So the spices are now organized, and I've actually moved them around the room. So I've got them all in the 4-ounce mason jars, and I moved them to separate drawers across the kitchen. So I'm gonna turn you around and explain all of that. So originally my spices were in this drawer right here, and that's what you saw at the beginning of this video. But then I realized that the utensils probably needed to be over here. So if you see, this is gonna be one of our decluttering projects. We're actually gonna go through here and reorganize all of these. So that's this hot mess. Then we've got this hot mess. So originally this was the spice drawer, and then this over here was the coffee drawer, as we call it. I moved the coffee stuff. I will share all of that during my kitchen cabinet and drawer declutter. So what I did was I moved the spices to the other side of the room. Basically swapped them spots. So these two drawers here is where those 2 drawers of utensils were. Actually, those 3 drawers. So my medication is actually in one. I'm going to share that in the next decluttering series. And then these 2 drawers here are holding all of the spices. I had no idea that my spices, when I put them in the 4-ounce containers, would fit so perfectly in these 2 drawers. So there's 24 in this drawer right here, and it fits perfectly. I mean, I could not believe how well they all fit. So I've got 24 in this drawer, and that's what all the lids look like. And I don't think I shared this in the beginning of this video. I took the lid, and y'all know with the mason jars, the lid is 2 pieces, and I actually hot glued them together so that they were one piece. So that is all of this drawer here, 24 spices in here, and then here is the other set. So as you see, these here, I left them in the big jars. They're all of the Weber, like mesquite. This is roasted garlic. So this is what my husband uses when he grills. So I just didn't really feel like those needed to be in a mason jar because they're larger. This is 5.75 ounces, so it's not all gonna fit in one of those. And I thought these were too big. So I grabbed 2 of the larger mason jars that I had in the cabinet that we weren't using. Some of them we used to drink out of, but we weren't using these. So I put regular salt in one, and then kosher salt in the other one. And then back here we've got 4 more spices, and then some empty ones in the back. So the only reason I put the empty ones in the back is so when I open the drawer, they don't slide all over the place. So it keeps everything not moving around and busting or anything like that. So these are the 2 spice drawers now, and everything fits really nicely. I love the way that this looks. Everything is identical. Everything is labeled, and I just love it. I love how this looks. It's all uniform. I feel like that I can add stuff and it's not going to create a mess. It's not going to be like the other one that we had and it was all over the place. So now you might be wondering, well, what do you do with the leftovers? For instance, I think garlic powder was one of them. I ended up having like 2 of these. So look, it's completely full. So you might wonder, number 1, where are the extras? Number 2, how do you know if a spice is expired? So now I'm going to take you into the pantry and I'm going to share those 2 things with you. So now we're in my pantry, and this is the very top. When you walk into the pantry, you're going to look straight at this very top shelf here. Chips are on the right. On the left is basically the overflow of spices. Okay, so now I moved the overflow of spices down just so that we could see it, and because I can't reach the top shelf. So these are all of the extras. So any extras I have, see, look, garlic powder, I had 2 of these. See, this is what happens when you don't keep things organized. I had like 2 of these, and I didn't know it because I had them all over the place. Same thing with the cinnamon. I had 2 of these. Kept buying them because I didn't know I had them because they were all over the place. So all of this is the extras. Then I've got 2 extra mason jars here that I'm keeping in here. So if I need to refill any of the spice organizers, I will come here if I have any overflow. And then I've got just 2 pieces of paper that I will eventually somehow get in a better form. But all I did was I went through all of the spices that were in the drawer in there, and then I just wrote them all down with the expiration dates so that I would have that for future use, just so I would know the expiration dates for everything. So what I plan on doing is doing some kind of system for this to where it looks better than this chicken scratch on this paper. So that is where I am keeping all of the extra spices. And one more time, let me share these 2 drawers with you. So much better, so much more organized. Everything is right here. Everything is uniform, and it feels great to my brain, if that makes sense. And you guys, that is how I decided to declutter my spices and reorganize them. So in the comments below, I want you to share with me how you are organizing your spices. Let's get a conversation going about that in the comments below. So you guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you give it a big thumbs up. By giving my videos a thumbs up, it shows YouTube you're engaged and you like my content, which means they'll start suggesting it and recommending it to more people, which means our community will grow and will continue to spread positivity. Also, I hope you hit that red subscribe button to become a part of our community and our mission to get organized on a budget and with a plan together. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and until next time, bye you guys.